Want to be the guy who turns heads when he walks into a room without being loud, flashy, or fake? Today, I'm going to show you how to stand out effortlessly, using confidence, presence, and real energy, not cheesy tricks. Let's talk about effortless attraction. Number 1, be present. Have you ever seen someone walk into a room and instantly capture everyone's attention without saying a word? No flashy outfit, no loud entrance. They just have something. It's subtle, it's quiet, but it's powerful. That something is presence. And it's one of the most magnetic qualities a person can develop. Most people are scattered, distracted, half checked out. They're glued to their phones, thinking about what to say next, or worrying about what others think of them. But when someone walks in and they're fully grounded, fully aware, completely there, people notice. It's rare. And in today's world, anything rare becomes valuable. Presence isn't about being the loudest voice or having the biggest personality. It's about stillness, confidence without force, power without performance. It's the way you make people feel when you give them your full attention. No glancing at your phone, no looking around the room while they're talking, no fake nodding, just eye contact, real listening, calm energy. Most people don't realize how attractive that is, because when you're present, you're not trying to prove anything. And ironically, that's what makes people trust you. You stand out not because you're louder, but because you're here. People crave that, and they remember it. Number 2, fix your posture, but presence alone isn't enough if your body language tells a different story. That's where posture comes in. It might sound simple. Stand up straight, shoulders back, chin up. But this isn't about looking stiff or robotic. It's about alignment. Confidence shows up in the way you carry yourself. Before you say a word, your posture is already making a statement. Slouching says you're unsure. Hunched shoulders say you're hiding. But good posture? It says you're calm, capable, and in control. It tells people that you respect yourself. And when you carry yourself with that kind of self-respect, others pick up on it instantly, even if they don't realize it. When you walk with purpose, when you move like you belong, people start treating you like you do. And even more importantly, you start believing it too. Because posture doesn't just change how people see you, it changes how you see yourself. Try it. Right now. Sit up a little taller. Relax your shoulders. Lift your chest. Breathe deeper. It feels different, doesn't it? That's not just in your head. That's your body signaling your brain to step into confidence. And over time, those signals become habits. And those habits shape your identity. Number 3, speak less. But with intention, let's face it. In a world where everyone is talking, sometimes saying less can actually say more. The truth is, it's not about how much you talk, but how you talk. People who constantly speak, who fill every silence, who jump into every conversation, often get lost in the background. Their words become white noise. They might have good intentions, but without intention behind their words, they struggle to capture attention. But then there's the person who speaks with purpose. They pause before speaking. They consider their words. They speak calmly, clearly, and with intention. When that person speaks, the room goes quiet. People lean in. They want to hear more. That's because their words are deliberate. Each sentence is crafted with meaning. They don't need to say a lot, but when they do, it counts. Speaking with intention doesn't mean being overly formal or stiff. It's simply about being mindful of what you're saying. You're not filling the space with fluff or unnecessary chatter. You're offering value with every word. And when you speak like this, people pay attention. They listen more closely. They know you're not just talking to hear yourself. You're talking because what you say matters. And that's incredibly attractive. It's not about dominating the conversation or being the loudest person in the room. It's about the quiet confidence of knowing that when you do speak, your words carry. Wait. So next time you're in a conversation, instead of rushing to speak, try pausing. Think for a moment. What do you really want to say? What will add value to the conversation? And when you speak, speak slowly, calmly, and intentionally. And don't forget the power of listening. In fact, often the most powerful people are those who speak less and listen more. When you listen more than you talk, you're not only gaining information, but you're also creating a space for others to feel heard, which makes you more relatable and trustworthy. In turn, people will listen to you even more because they know you're fully engaged and present in the moment. Speaking less, but with intention, sets you apart in a world where everyone is trying to talk over one another. Number 4. Make the right kind of eye contact. Eye contact is one of those subtle but incredibly powerful tools that can completely change how others perceive you. When you're talking to someone, or even when you're just in a group setting, your eyes are constantly sending signals, and those signals can either draw people in or push them away. The trick is to make the right kind of eye contact. What does the right eye contact look like? It's calm, it's steady, it's confident, but not intimidating. It's respectful. It says, I'm fully here, I'm listening, and I'm present in this moment. But it's also not a stare down. It's not about holding someone's gaze for too long, which can come across as uncomfortable or confrontational. It's about balance. It's about showing that you're engaged, that you care about the conversation, and that you're not afraid to let others see you. When you make steady, comfortable eye contact, you communicate a quiet confidence. You signal that you're not afraid of silence, that you're not nervous, and that you're willing to be vulnerable. And here's the thing. When you look someone in the eye, they feel seen. It builds a connection. It makes them feel like you value them, their thoughts, and their presence. And that feeling is one of the most powerful things you can give someone, especially in a world where most people are distracted, constantly looking around or scrolling on their phones. Eye contact is one of the most instantly attractive traits you can develop. When you lock eyes with someone, you're not just making a physical connection, you're making an emotional one. You're telling them that you see them, that they matter, and that feeling lingers long after the conversation is over. The next time you're talking to someone, try holding their gaze a little longer than usual, but don't force it. Let it happen naturally. Be calm. Be steady, and notice how it changes the dynamic between you and the person you're speaking with. It's not about dominating the conversation. It's not about being the first to speak or always having the best comeback. It's about showing up fully with your eyes, your presence, your energy. And when you do, people start to feel that you are the one worth listening to. Because when someone looks you in the eyes and you hold that gaze with confidence, you're telling them, I'm here. I'm real, and I'm present with you. And that, my friend, is one of the most powerful ways to connect with others. Number 5, dress. Simply, but well. When it comes to style, sometimes less is more. You don't need to wear designer brands or the latest trends to turn heads. In fact, the most attractive people often wear the simplest outfits, clean fits, neutral colors, and well-chosen accessories. Why? Because they look like they respect themselves. A well-fitted shirt, a pair of neat shoes, and a good haircut speak volumes more than an outfit that's loud or flashy. When you dress well, but simply, you convey that you care about yourself, and that alone gets noticed. People don't want to see someone drowning in unnecessary patterns or labels. They want to see someone who is polished and put together without trying too hard. The key is simplicity and consistency. Choose clothes that fit well and make you feel comfortable, but also ones that show that you put thought into your appearance. Neutral colors are your friend because they never go out of style and they can be paired with almost anything. A clean, well-groomed look gives the impression of someone who values themselves, and in turn, others will reflect that same respect back at you. You don't need a flashy outfit to show confidence. You just need the confidence to wear something that suits you, and that radiates the message, I respect myself. When you dress like that, you'll find the world starts respecting you back. Number 6, master your energy. You don't have to. Walk into a room and dominate it. In fact, the most powerful people don't have to be the loudest or the most noticeable. They simply carry an energy that draws people in. And that energy starts with how you feel inside. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who just feels calm, collected, and grounded, and it almost feels like they have this invisible pull? That's energy at work. And it's one of the most magnetic things you can cultivate. People feel your energy before they even hear a word you say. Your presence is felt long before your voice enters the room. If you're emotionally at ease, grounded in your own self-awareness, people sense that confidence. They feel safe around you because you're comfortable in your own skin, and that makes them want to be around you even more. The trick is learning how to master your own energy. Be aware of how you show up emotionally. Are you scattered and anxious, or are you calm and in control? Your emotions affect your body language, your tone, and your overall vibe. And this is where self-awareness comes into play. If you're feeling unsettled, take a moment to center yourself before walking into a room. Breathe deeply. Clear your mind. Focus on being grounded. When you're emotionally centered, people can't help but be drawn to your energy. You don't need to shout or demand attention. You just need to be calm, confident, and at ease with who you are. And that energy will speak louder than any words you say. Number 7, embrace stillness and silence. In a world that's constantly buzzing with noise and distractions, stillness is a rare and powerful trait. The person who's comfortable in silence, who doesn't feel the need to fill every gap with words, who can just be, that's the person people respect the most. Think about it. How many times have you been in a conversation where someone is nervously talking just to avoid the silence? Or maybe they're constantly trying to prove themselves, filling every moment with chatter. It can be draining. But then, there's the person who isn't afraid of silence. They sit quietly, they listen, and they don't feel the need to react to everything that's happening around them. That kind of stillness is magnetic. It shows that they're in control, they're secure in who they are, and they don't need external validation to feel whole. Silence doesn't mean you're weak or disengaged. Quite the opposite. It means strength. It means you have the emotional control to remain calm, no matter what's happening around you. You're not reacting to every little thing. Instead, you're fully present, observing and thinking before you act or speak. And this calm, composed presence speaks volumes. People notice it. They respect it. They want to be around it. So, next time you're in a conversation or situation, embrace the stillness. Don't feel the need to constantly talk, fill the silence, or prove something. Instead, sit with it. Be present. The peace you carry will naturally attract others who appreciate and respect that level of emotional maturity and presence. Number 8, let the best parts of you speak without effort. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to be someone they're not. They put on a persona. They try hard to impress others. They chase attention, thinking that if they just do enough, they'll be seen. But in reality, the most attractive people are the ones who don't try too hard. They don't need to be anyone else because they know that the best parts of them will shine through effortlessly. The key here is to remove the noise. Stop worrying about what other people think. Stop trying to impress. Instead, focus on being grounded, intentional, and self-aware. When you're centered in who you truly are, your presence becomes magnetic. People are naturally drawn to you. When you stop chasing them and start embodying your true self. Trying to be someone you're not only leads to exhaustion and frustration, it's a cycle of putting on a mask, trying to meet expectations, and never feeling at ease. But when you let go of the need to impress, you free yourself. You allow your natural confidence, kindness, and authenticity to speak for themselves. And that's what people notice. You don't need to try to be the loudest, the funniest, or the most charismatic person in the room. Just be you. Focus on being intentional with your actions, grounded in your thoughts, and aware of the present moment. When you do this, your true energy and best qualities will effortlessly shine through. People will notice without you even having to say a word. If you want to be the guy everyone notices, don't try harder. Be more authentic. Presence, posture, purpose. These are the tools of effortless attraction. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, which of these are you focusing on next?